NFL on EA Sports. And we've got the Bengals superstar tight end. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Bengals and the Ravens next on Madden Football.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today is the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Burrow. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. Touchdown, Bengals! A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Bengals are on the board first this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Samuels. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Jackson looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Straight ahead running, here's Samuels. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Staying on the ground with Samuels. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On first down, it's Samuels. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. They'll hand it off now to Samuels. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. On third down, Jackson. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Lock up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force him down?
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Playing all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second and 7, Burrow. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Someone sharp in this game. He had a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first first down, you kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Bengals at 13-1 now on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And it's caught. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Trying the left side with Samuels. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber that runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Samuels again. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Running to start the drive is Samuels. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 21-3 is your score after 1. football here as we begin quarter number 2. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, Samuels. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson, what more can we say at this point? He is a living, breathing highlight reel. And go ahead and tack on that last play to the list of big ones by number 8.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me is how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
Samuels. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I feel they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
He'll try again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They marked him short of the goal line. Again, do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Samuels. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're seeing the 3rd down, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens' decision to go pays off with 6 points. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Mr. Padilla.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Welcome back.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. There's Robinson showing the flash. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. First and 10 upcoming. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
We don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On the handoff, it's Samuels. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. On second down now, Samuels calling a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Jackson going to take this himself.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-17. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Jamar Chase over to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 29,
Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Here's Burrow.
Pass throw right back to Joe Mixon.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 3 inches. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On second down, Samuels. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. They rallied and made the tackle.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final.
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw pulled in by Robinson here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Burrow going to throw again. He completes it to Boyd. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
McPherson's kick is good. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So the capper there with a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Takes it at the 7.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday.